Okay.
Hi, my name's Lynette Louise. I'm known as the Brain Broad, and I would like very much to respond to the comments that I've received about Aspergers or autism and the Oregon shooter. A lot of people are asking me, should they be afraid of autistic people? And the answer is maybe. But there's a why to this. So let me give you my background so you know why you should listen to what I have to say, because it's very important. I was diagnosed with Asperger's. I adopted 4 children, and they were on the autism spectrum. I actually adopted more than that, but I adopted 4 that were on the spectrum. 3 of them were quite violent, and none of them are now. And there's a reason for that. It's because of the way I responded, and it's because of a thing called neurofeedback. So right now, today, the prevailing therapy is applied behavior analysis. And applied behavior analysis is in all your schools. It's funded by the government. It's full of data saying that it works, and it's what your children are probably doing if they are special needs. And what it does, and listen to this very carefully, what it does is and it increases your social alienation. And then it teaches you to fake that you're connected. And I'll tell you how it does that. There's many ways, but I'm going to give you a couple of examples. One is you will take the child who is special needs, in this case autistic, sit them at a table and reward them for doing a behavior over and over again that you're trying to teach, perhaps reading, perhaps identifying verbally something, pictures of a car, pictures of a cat. Then your reward to them will be for them to go and play and be autistic for a certain length of time while you ignore them and write down data about the ways in which they're getting a little bit better. What that does is it increases their love of their time being more and more different. It increases their feeling that you are judging them, and then it increases their need to push down all of their actual personality and wait for a moment when they can be themselves again. This increases alienation, and by the time they're teenagers, they've had enough. So if you want to know whether or not you should be afraid of an autistic person, the answer is maybe. Maybe you should be afraid of any person. But if you want to know whether or not we, as a culture and an educational system, are responsible for part of what's going on, the answer is yes. And then medicine. There is not a good medicine for autism, but lots is thrown at these kids. There's nothing that's truly been proven to benefit. And when you give a child medicine, you change how their brain forms. And you change it to desire and need that medicine. So when that medicine's removed, the withdrawal response is often violence. And now I'm going to deal with one more issue that I'm sure everybody's going to be thinking, which is, yeah, but when they're little babies, they're having meltdowns and temper tantrums, so it's not the fault of the school. The school is teaching them how to calm those tantrums down. And I'm going to tell you that the tantrums are coming from, yes, a sensory issue and incorrect responding when they're little, and they need to be taught. But children tantrum. Babies tantrum. And it's our job to teach them how to be comfortable in their own skin and feel loved. I've never met an autistic person that didn't love me back and didn't want to sit on my lap and didn't want my affection. So all that stuff you've heard is a lie that's created by the way we treat them. So if you don't want any more violence, any more shooters, don't just change how you treat autistic people. Change how you treat people. And teach them how to love being who they are and being in their own skin. And you don't do that by rewarding their difference and saying, be different, and then come back here and pretend you're normal. You do it by saying, I love your difference. Here's the ways in which it would serve you better to do it a little differently than you're doing it now. Give them the answers they need. At any rate, don't do ABA. I'm sure I'll get hate mail for that. I'm Lynette Louise, otherwise known as the Brain Brat. I travel all over the world working with all kinds of brain dysfunctions, and I specialize in autism. And if you want proof that I know what I'm talking about, go to the Autism channel and watch my show, Fix It in 5. Thank you.